Welcome to Life on Maui. My name is Stephen Freid. My guest for today is Carmen Karady. She's a yogin and a wonderful human being. Welcome to the show, Carmen.
Why, thank you very much, Steve. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. So how long have you been practicing yoga?
Oh, probably since the 70s. I first had the experience at UCLA in about 1973. And I did a Kundalini yoga there. And then throughout my life, over the past 35 years, I've been doing yoga from Sun Valley, Ketchum, Idaho, to Hungary, to France, and back in the States.
And so you studied yoga in Hungary and France. I understand that you studied with an Indian?
Yeah, I studied a couple of times with an Indian. The first experience was with Bikram Choudhury.
What is Bikram?
Bikram yoga is a hot yoga. And it's a series of 28 postures. And Bikram changed my life. So I was over 50 when I began the certification. And it was quite an experience, and that's what brought me out to Maui, because my first job here was teaching Bikram yoga in Lahaina. And I continue to do so after going on 4 years now.
So when you say hot yoga, what does hot yoga actually mean?
Well, it's relative. If you go to the headquarters in LA, it can be from 105 to 110 degrees. Some places are even 115, but you try to keep it between 95 and 100, somewhere around there.
How hot is a sauna?
You know, I couldn't tell you. I can't tell you.
I think a sauna is about 130.
Yeah, so it's quite a bit hotter than our Bikram yoga. And the thing that we've got going for us here is the humidity. Whereas in LA, it's a very dry climate. Here, it's very, very wet. So you can imagine how much sweating we do during the class.
Well, it depends where you are.
Yeah.
It depends where you are.
Right.
So you're certified in Bikram?
Yes, and that's what brought me to Maui 4.5 years ago. And then I broke away from Bikram a bit and began doing my Hatha yoga. And that took me to the various hotels up and down the West Coast, from Kapalua Ritz to Sheraton to the Ali'i in Kaanapali. And of course, as I said, I'm back at the Lahaina studio for Bikram.
So how would you describe, I mean, this is Maui, and there are a lot of people doing yoga on Maui. What would you describe as your specialty, or the thing that really draws people to you? I mean, one thing that I know, I took a class with you. Yes,
you did.
I took a class with you, and I've done a few yoga classes, and I absolutely loved your class. It's really wonderful. You have a lot of respect for the body, and I think you also have a certain respect for, I don't know how to put this exactly, but for age.
Well, yes, you know, I consider yoga meditation, and it's a Hatha yoga. Whether it be Bikram or my Hatha yoga, it's a meditation. So you go deep within, and you go beyond the self, beyond the ego, beyond the me, and you connect on this incredible level with your body. And you subject the mind to the body. The mind just likes to take off, gallivant here and there, and you discipline the mind to listen to the body's needs and respond to it. And so I don't do an aerobic yoga or an Ashtanga yoga, but what I do is a meditative stretching yoga. And I just believe that we're all on our own path. And I can, with my own Hatha yoga, with my own practice, this is what I do, is go deeper within, and folks who want to come with me, you know, can join in, and they can also find a deeper self.
You have a dedicated following, too. There are people who have been with you for 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, going on 4 years. Yep, I do, and it's really difficult to get that dedicated following, but you know, we have to be dedicated at what we do, and so then people will come along.
So I want to show people a little taste of what you do, because you have a new DVD that shows what you do. So
yeah, basically it's an instructional tape, so people who want to have private instruction in their home, they can turn on the music and put on the DVD and then follow along.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So let's watch a short clip just so people can get a taste of what that's like.
you come forward, inhaling to the back, breathing through the nose. One more circle. And coming up to the center again, let's reverse. Drawing the navel in. And coming back into neutral. All right, into our mountain pose. So just release your arms down again. Connect with the collarbone. You can press it down. Connect with your shoulder blades. As you press it into your back, your chest opens up. Lifted chest and rib cage. Let's go ahead and work the shoulders now. Take them back. Work into your neck. You can work one shoulder or two shoulders. Just loosen up the neck. Okay. Now we'll work into our shoulder blades. Let's lift up, working back into the collarbone. Take the arm back. Just comb it back one at a time. Lift and drop back. Inhaling as you lift up. Exhaling as you take it down.
Really phenomenal. Really.
Thank you.
Really.
Oh.
You're beautiful to watch.
Oh, you're swell.
Yeah. Nothing like a good compliment. So, a little personal history. You have 3 kids, believe it or not, grown kids, who all live in Budapest.
Right, and that's a story in itself. I feel like I've had several lifetimes. It's life after death in Maui. You know, here we've made it. The only thing is we do die. We are mortal, but it's incredible here in Maui. But my other life, you know, raising kids, family, and all that, we were able to spend about 5 years in Hungary, and the kids went to school there. I'm of Hungarian background, and we lived in France for a couple of years, so they speak French, and they decided in their adult life, young adult life, that they would go back to Hungary and live, and 2 of them are in college, attending the university.
So all 3 of your kids live in Hungary currently?
Yeah, together. They all live in one apartment. Can you believe it?
Oh, my God.
And the eldest, he makes eyewear. For eyeglasses, sunglasses. He designs and manufactures them. And all 3 of them are involved in this project, and so we're going back to Paris and in the fall to Silmo for this big eyewear convention. And we're so proud of Zach because, you know, he's been pursuing this for years. He's 28 now, or will be 28. And he's got a booth, and he's going to be displaying all of his eyewear that he designed. And
fabulous.
Yeah,
so Silmo, exciting. That's in France?
In Paris, Yeah, and it's a 3 or 4 day. It's one of the largest eyewear conventions. I mean, it's a subculture. There are tens of thousands of different types of eyewear there, and then they bring in the machines that actually make the lenses, and so it's fascinating. From Maui Jim is there to Chanel to you name it. You know.
Good plug for your kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So you were born in New York City.
Yes.
And how long did you spend in New York City? Then later on you were raised in Southern California.
Right. Well, my parents left Hungary after the war, and they couldn't make it to New York. They had to go roundabout to Venezuela for years. And they wouldn't allow the entire family into the United States, but my mother got in because of health reasons. She couldn't take the climate, and it wasn't known that she was pregnant by whoever gave her issued her the visa, but she was like 8.5 months pregnant, and she brought my older sister and had me after 2 weeks, you know, in New York City, and the rest of the family, Dad and the older siblings, were in Venezuela for another 2 years. So it was a really difficult journey, and eventually they did head to the West Coast. You know, after a number of years, it didn't take too long. By about 55, they were already or 52, they were in Los Angeles, and, you know, there is where life began, as I remember it.